Okay, everyone. Sorry I'm a little bit late starting, but my microphone was not working well. I'll be honest with you, I actually had two issues with it. First issue was that it was not working at all. Okay. So then I think I finally got it fixed, or so I thought. Then I tested it and I set it at my usual setting for I think it was negative 18 point something dB, and pretty much was always, almost every time I would talk, even normally, it would be in the red, which basically means that you're hearing me shout. So I had to finally just best thing to do sometimes is just delete the whole thing and start over. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, of course, for Wizardry 7, we're in episode 3, actually episode 8, but episode 3 with this party. We're finishing off New City, and after that we're going to go to Orkogre Castle. So, also sometime during the stream I will be giving you a fitness update. So... So please be around for that. Gixxer is a little bit down. That being said, I'm in the area where I don't worry too much about, about tough monsters. Okay. So what we have is we have this little area here. Okay, Lieutenant Grunt Wrapper now. I'm going to bet you donuts to dollars, even if I try to truce. Lieutenant Grunt Wrapper is going to attack me. What I want to do is let's check to see if anyone has a charm spell. If anyone has a See, I didn't even give a chance, get a chance. I tried to cast a spell and it was like, no. Okay, so, and we're gonna go heavy here. We're gonna go heavy on Mind Flay, and we're gonna go heavy on Falling Stars. Darn. Now, it's possible that with all of this stuff we may get something valuable. So I'm going to still take it all anyway, just in case. Because considering that it came from the Umpani, they usually have some pretty good swords. My question is, is there anyone in the Umpani left besides the ones in Ukpur and Okay, so let's see what we got here. Okay, hope everyone's doing well this evening again. Okay, so now notice that we can't pick it. So notice that we cannot pick it. So woohoo! So now if we want, we can actually go in there. Now, it's a good thing because since the Umpani are hostile towards us, my question is, if we go to the city, they're all going to attack us. But I want to, you know, it'd be nice if we can get all of the necessary equipment that we would need. For example, the Humpa card. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so it looks like we have to go this way. Oh yay, we're being attacked by night rooks. Yippee-ki-yay. And these are worrisome enough that, or we're not worried enough that. Okay, so right now what we're, and as I said, probably sometime during the stream I will probably take about 5 or 10 minutes to talk about my workout. Let's see, did we explore this area all the way? Ah, yes we did. Okay, so I think there's only one more area left to explore. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we are going to let's make sure that we okay, sword, what is it? Oh, Walwer blade, yippee-ki-yay. Potion. Cherry bomb, yippee-ki-yay. Sword. Hunting base slard. Not bad, but steel helm, yeah, nothing to write home about. Horn and ball, yep. Powder and shot, nope. Donkey's full. Heater shield, not bad. Not bad at all. My question is the heater shield enough? Is the heater shield enough to you know, like justify not going dual weapons, because we do have some pretty good characters that can do dual weapons. Okay, inside the Constabulatory, a host of the elite Savant Guardians stand ready for battle. Moving swiftly, silently, and with perfect precision, they assume a massive attack formation. Okay, this is actually not bad. So we're going to go after the 3 Savant Troopers. And by the way, this is where knowledge of the game is good. Because I know that we have Savant Troopers and Savant Guards. The Savant Guards are probably not too much to worry about. Okay, now I'm a little bit concerned that I turned the delay down, down too much. So I may go back to a delay, because see, you can barely see the messages. Okay, so we're killing the Savant Guards. Good. Okay, let me welcome. Let me make a note of that so I can. Let's see, Discord. So let me just see. So gamer, welcome on in. I tend not to do a lot on Discord right now. I've got other things going on in my life, but thank you for the follow. Unfortunately, I don't get follow notifications anymore. Okay. Okay. Okay, ad break is over, so I want to welcome everyone back. Okay, so the battle's over. The vaporized bodies of the mysterious guard have left no trace for clues. It is all inhumanely efficient. A small black box with 3 blinking buttons is attached to the wall. Appears to be patiently awaiting instructions that were lost with the demise of the guards. Now, if you remember, we picked up a wafer which had B something, B, think YYR. B, so we have blue, which begins with a B, R, which begins for a red, R, which begins, we have an R, which is the first letter in red, and we have a Y, which is the first letter in yellow. So BYYR, let's try it. The colored buttons blink 3 times and then go out. Okay. It's probably a good sign. Okay. Prison, like all cages and chambers of confinement, is desolate and somber, and the air is thicker with the stale odor of unhealthiness. Construction is quite simple and plain, but quite adequate to be effective nonetheless, serving all too well its ultimate intent, to slowly drain the life of those who are deemed threatening or undesirable to the current prevailing powers that be. Okay, so you find a key hanging on the wall. Now again, one reminder is make sure you always have a couple spaces, because if you don't, I found that your item replaces, you get replaces another item, which could be an important item. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the prison key, and I'm going to assume that they're used for all of these doors. Okay, prison key. Now, as I said, my weightlifting, my update is scheduled to be 1:15. That being said, if there's not many viewers, I may extend it. Okay, let's also check the second door. I mean the third door, which did not, so those were already unlocked. Okay, so let's put our delay back at 6. Because I think the reason the game is sluggish is because of the music. I mean the sound effects. Okay. And so here we go. Okay, now we've got boring weevils, venom wheels, fungus oozes, and fungus oozes. Okay. Now, so let's go after the boring weevils. Now, normally DeFortae would normally cast a Mind Flay. That being said, most of these fungus oozes probably are not affected by mental magic. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to have DeFortae concentrate on the two boar weevils, and heck, we haven't used Basilisk Eye in a while. Let's use Basilisk Eye. You know, we need to use that. You need to use that, and one per monster group. So, and by the way, sleep and paralysis, you know they're good maladies to give monsters. But if you hit them, they could come out of it. Blindness is a little better because if you hit them, that they do not get out of it, and I think those you do double damage. But a stoned character, it may take longer to hit because it's more difficult to penetrate. But they're not gonna fight. They're not gonna attack back. You know, it's gonna be like attacking a statue. Yes, it may take longer to damage and destroy it, but statue's not gonna do anything. Poison is not a bad malady. Okay. Ooh. Wow, interesting that this calls it beholden. Did I forget what I thought I forgot to do? You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to, whatchamacallit. I forgot to, have Helgrav cast a spell. I can't believe it. I almost messed up here. Okay. Okay, so what we did, our error almost cost DFortae his life. Okay, so Sparkle's down a little bit, but I'm not going to worry too much about Sparkle. Sparkle being a Lord will... Oh, great game. Ugh. Okay, good. Hellgraph, let's have you do some falling stars. Let's have you do level 6. Okay, DeForte, let's have you do a mind flay because I think these monsters have already been damaged. Okay, good. We're 6 ruffians. I think DeForte gagged, so. Okay, so good. And let's rest a little bit. Okay, so Sparkle and DeForte seemed still pretty hurt by the the nausea. Okay, so let's rest again a little bit. I'm gonna rest. Okay, good. Yay! Prison cell occupied by a very rotund and somewhat unattractive creature, although his demeanor does not appear hostile. I'm in your debt. I was betrayed by a gang of assassin spies that were searching for Orkogre Castle hidden in our secret. Oops. Perhaps we should get out of here before more of the guards arrive. Okay, so Captain Beauregard. Let's talk first. The location of Orkogre Castle is well kept secret only by a handful of outsiders. But now I have need of it and must reveal it to you. You must swear never tell it to anyone. Will you vow never to reveal what I tell you? Yes. A plot has been unleashed by those who would envisage the destruction of the mighty Gorn Empire. We survived the years of war with the Dane and the monk because we were stronger, but now new forces have appeared that seek to sway and inflame our old enemies. I will attempt to find the traitors who deceive me before they can reveal the location of Orkogre Castle. But you must travel to the castle and warn the king. Tell him this: the D'Artagnan alliance is broken. Okay, so I'm going to take some time to write that down, because that's probably very important. Okay. He will understand its meaning and know what to do. East of New City, if you follow the road that forks northward, you will enter our lands. The border is guarded by a special division of the Gorn army under the command of the great Lord Gallier. He is loyal to the king and will allow you passage if you present him with this letter. From there, make your way westward through the forest. Be on the lookout for the entry in a small clearing. It is a difficult journey, but you should be able to reach it in a day or so. Ugbog be with you. Okay, and with that, what we've done is we've now pretty much cleared New City. I believe we've already done Old City. So all that's left to do, okay, let's make sure that Gixxer has the letter. Yep, letter of Beauregard. Okay, so now we're going to head out east. This area right here to the right, we cannot do it till a lot later. Okay, actually what we're, oh yeah, I forgot. We killed the, no, we did, we defended ourselves against an attack from the arms of Argus shop. Let's. Okay, so now we're leaving New City. Now we're heading to the out. Okay. So again, you always want to save it every so often. Okay, Gorn Spearmen, I'm not too worried about these. Okay, so what's going to happen is, as we get into the land of the Gorn, we're gonna get more Gorn encounters. Excuse me, sorry. Now, Gorn Spearmen are the easiest. Then I would say next level up are Gorn Rangers and Lancers. Kind of put them about equal. Lancers have more hit points, but Rangers can cast some nasty spells. And then there's Gorn Leaders and Gorn Orkogre. I'd say Gorn Orkogre are tougher because they do have a fair amount of hit points and can cast spells. I'd say Gorn Shamans are about somewhat on par with, maybe a little tougher than the Gorn Leaders. The fact is they can cast spells. especially a summoning spell, conjuration, and so you may end up with a lot of monsters to kill. Now that being said, if you happen to have a lot of monsters to kill and they're like harmless, relatively harmless, like for example skeletons, because we have Dispel Undead, so we can easily take care of skeletons, or as I like to call them, skellies! Hey, skellies! Okay, so here now we're going to have DFortae cast our Mind Flay. Let's do level 3. Now these exclamation points, again, to remind you, mean that these monsters are hidden. So now Wolfsight CDN, good evening. Hope you're doing well. And hope your Wizardry 7 is progressing well. And also, I've been watching some other Wizardry 7 streams, so if I can get them crossed, you know, hope you understand. Being hunted, oh, the Dane Tower. Oh boy. Strong in the Dane Tower, so I'm curious what level you are on the Dane Tower. Because I don't know of Tarang being very prevalent in the Dane Tower. Third, oh boy. Third level, not bad. Oh, the NPC Tarang. Oh, okay. Oh, you good old Siritus. Wow. Well, I don't know. I don't know what maps you have, Wolfsight, but rumor has it if you have more maps, then you're gonna get more following you. Orcrest, hope you're doing well this evening. I know I am. That being said, there's a certain Dane that is really annoying, and I won't say what to do, but it's annoying to the point that, you know, there's probably only one good course of action. But yeah, this is my second time through. The first time through, I got one of the NPCs did not want to deal with me and decided to attack, and in my infinite wisdom, I tried to run and dint and basically got somehow I survived one round. I mean, I had like, okay, well, now the thing is, the interesting thing about the enemy of the Dane is depending on what Dane you kill, that's actually not a big deal. You know, because there's one Dane that you can kill pretty much with impunity and it's no big deal. Oh, you got the legend map. Ooh, very well done. Okay, so we have a lot of Ratkin rogues, so we know. So with our 5 groups, and some of you may wonder why is it that you're doing mass destruction spells on many monster groups? Because most spells can only kill a single monster group. I mean group spells, and we have 5, and so it's much quicker just to do falling stars or one of those mass damage spells and just make it go quickly. But welcome in, John Moody of Moody Mystery. I'm doing this is a difficult mod. This is not your vanilla Wizardry 7. Yeah, so this is a mod. So I'm just gonna say expect the unexpected. Forest clears a bit, you step forward, a thunder of gallants appear, and surrounding you with swords and spears. Soon a part appears in the crowd of leathered men, and striding up with it is a tall regal figure, walks with the poison stature of seasoned nobility. Although he appears like others, deep ochre skin, round barrel body, and short tusks sending out of his mouth as from a wild boar, something more concentrated about him. Despite your misgivings about the situation, you feel an unmistakable attraction. What is it with these Gorn and attraction? How yet more of your kind do come to plague us. These lands belong to the Gorn Empire, and we shall protect them unto the last. Turn back, and we shall leave you in peace. Enter and die. I have a better way of expressing it. Turn back, and we will leave you in peace. Enter, and we will leave you in pieces. I like that better. Do you show Lord Galair the letter from Captain Beauregard? Yup, we're going to show it to him. I see by this letter you bring important news of the Empire to the king. Very well then, you shall be allowed to pass. But be warned. Much has happened here recently, and I cannot guarantee your safety. Civil war has erupted amongst our people. A band of assassins infiltrating Orkogre Castle has slain the great Mercatos. With Mercatos dead, his spells are no longer able to protect our lands and keep the peace between us. Hordes of dissenting tribes have begun to gather in the surrounding fields. Okay. Just letting you know there's an ad break coming up. My army remained here, ready for the battle that is soon to begin. Gorn against Gorn, brother against brother, and blood against blood. Trust no one, and be wary, for the prophets would dance this night upon all our graves. Okay, so I'm going to trade. Let's see if he wants to deal. Okay. Walrblade. Yep. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we're not going to need the powder and shot. Okay, so we have an ad break, so we're going to do a BRB. Okay, ad break is over, so welcome back everyone. Let's continue our trading with Lord Galleri. Yep, steel helm. Okay, I think DeForte had something if I remember. Yeah, they're only 9 gold, so those darts were probably... I'm not going to use the Amulet of the Night, so I'm just going to get rid of it. Heater Shield I'm still uncertain of. I may do an identify spell on it, see if it has any special abilities. Okay, but ad break is over, so okay, let's okay. More spearmen. Again, NBD, no big deal. Now, by the way, I'm just going to say that to get into this area was tough at first. It's like, okay, you know, it's like trying to find this entrance is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. You know, it's tough, but eventually I did find it. Okay, Morgorn Spearman. Okay, Again, Gorn Spearmen are NBD, no big deal. Spear and armor coming, getting it from like the lowest level. Or what I would call the lowest level of Gorn. Sprouting from the ground like a descendant beanstalk, the entry to Orkogre Castle lies before you. Now, one thing I like to do is I tend to like to do the map so that it's complete. You notice here I've got like, oh yeah, pretty much that area. From above, heavy gusts of fresh air rush past you, winding into the deep recesses of the castle. Would that you could ride this wind to make your journey short and to the point. As it is now, you must stand against the very fortress itself. Stones of Orkogre Castle are old, centuries old, and makes you wonder about the history of this place and its people. You think how little you really know about them, and that is you who are the alien intruders. Okay, now in this area, there's usually two types of encounters. In most areas like that, there's what we call set encounters, and then there, which like are like when you go into a certain room, like when you step into the room, it's like you get, or you step on a certain square in a room, you automatically get an encounter. Here in this room here, there was none, so we're doing all right. Okay, CD bishops. Screw it. Screw it. We're just going for the mind flay. We are gonna put an emphasis on the CD bishops because we don't want them to accidentally cast a spell. Because keep in mind that most spells, low-level spells, are not bad. There are some that can be bad. Just as one example is Phantom Darts. It's fairly low level, but it can really, it can poison you. I mean, it has a chance of poisoning you, and then it has a chance of poisoning you every round. Okay, so now it looks like one direction we cannot go. So we're going to go in this direction. It says, please do not poke the prisoners. Ooh. Okay, again, a slew of ratkins and etc. So let's see what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do level 4 Falling Stars. And again, keep in mind that especially with these ratkin fights, which has many monster groups. Ooh, a bow. Nope, we don't really need a bow. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to have it say the detect movements. Yep. Nope, this one doesn't. And it's important we note the one that doesn't because that will come in handy later. Orkogre, Armory, and Supply. Okay. So let's see our condition. We could probably afford to rest here. Let's get Sand. Sand, you're down a little bit on hit points. Same with Hellgraph. Let's get you healed up some. Okay, good. Sand, let's have you heal Donkey. Okay. And Sparkle, let's have you heal Gixxer. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to, whatchamacallit? We're going to rest. Make sure our spell points are topped off because we don't know what we're getting into. We know we're going to be getting into some Gorn fights. We don't know how many. I mean, it could be just like 2 small groups of Gorns, or it could be 5 groups of like Gorn Rangers, Gorn Lancers, etc. I don't think we see Gorn Shamans here, but that doesn't mean it won't happen. Okay, so here we go. What? No. What we're going to do first is we're going to our buffs. We're going to get our buffs ready. Yep. So we're going that way in case we run into spellcasters. Magic Screen will absorb some of the spell material. Like especially if we get like a fireball, it may help reduce the effects of the fireball. So here we go. Inside the barracks stand poised a horde of feisty Gorn. Yep, just as I figured. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to and see what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to remember what's what's the best way to go after Gorn Rangers? Is it, well, here we'll do both. We'll do like a Mind Flay. And Hellgraph will have you do a Nuclear Blast. And see, the Mind Flay got off first, which is a good thing because it's going to take out the Gorn Rangers. May not take out the Gorn Lancers completely, but okay, we're going to take the key. We're going to take the boots. And we're going to take the sword. I don't think the sword is going to be of use now. Ooh! Forte made a psionic level. Ooh, vitality. Yes, baby, vitality. Okay, we're going to put them in one in climbing, one in scouting. Academia 14. Wow, where do we put them? Let's put them in diplomacy. It's not like diplomacy's been working, you know, but... Okay, we learned a new psionic spell. Really? Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go with locate person. Because what that's going to do is that's going to help really boost the spell points here. You see, what happens is when you go up a level, you get some extra spell points for each realm, but you get more spell points in the realm where you pick the spell. So since I'm picking this in the mental realm, that means I'm going to get a really good boost here. I think my max was 325. And see, now it's 364. So I got like a almost 40-point boost. Okay, let's stand out here and let's have Helgra. Let's see what we got. Key, definitely important. Yep, crown key. Boots. Scale hosen. I don't. Let's see. I think the bard can wear them. But the bard already has aerial slippers, which is magical, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. Estoc. It's only a short-range weapon. I'm not really interested in using it. I'm just going to let it be. Wait a minute. Oh, darn, I wish a bishop could use these, because otherwise you'd be wearing them. So bishop is going around barefoot, so we need to find some footwear for the bishop. Sorry. Okay, so let's go in. This, I think, is the more difficult fight, if I remember. Ooh, we got some Ashigaru, Rangers, and some Komodo dragons. Okay. This has the potential to be ugly. Okay, so DeFortae, what you're gonna do? We're gonna do the Mind Flay, level 4, and Hellgraph. Let's have you do Falling Stars. Let's have you do level 6. Let's not putz around. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that if you want to go that high on the spells, keep in mind that there's always a chance of the spell fizzling. And that's not a good thing, because if the spell fizzles, then you get, you know, you get nothing. See, now the Komodo dragons are going to start spraying acid at us, but you notice that it says spell reduced. And that's why you Okay, let's see what we've got left. We've got 2 and 2. And notice that we're killing them pretty easily. Okay, so we have a poleaxe, which I have a feeling I think I know what that already is. Yep, Naginata. And I bet you the key is the armory key. Yep, yay, I'm good. Okay, so let's go around here. And let's go into the armory. Let's start. We're gonna start looting it. Okay, now let's look and see what. Okay, so there's only about 2 or 3 things. In the far corner of the supply depot are a number of barrels and several crates. Inside the barrels contain pieces of a dried, hard, brown, leather-like substance completely caked with salt. Sifting one of the chunks of brown, your stomach immediately curdles. Ugh. Investigating the crate, you pry open and discover jars filled with the organs and internals of animals immersed with a thick, oozing liquid. Dusting off the top of the crate, you discern the following markings. Monk. Okay, so we've got some salted monk meat. DFortae, this is going to you. And we got some monk innards. Okay, so we're going to combine them. So the monk innards, we're going to merge. Okay, same thing with the monk meat. Okay, DFortae, I think Sparkle has some decent openings in the inventory. Oh, there it is. So, yeah, you got 13 pieces of salted monk meat. Okay, inside the army, racks of spears, lances, bows, and arrows. Okay, the only drawback we have to do here is we have to go through everything. I'm going to take the staff because we may have a use for it. Because I may eventually give it to... Okay. So we don't really need any of these. So we're just going to leave them all behind. Okay, but we're going to take all of the arrows. I'm going to take all the arrows because we may be able to merge some of them. And some of them, and see, we've got Donkey who is doing... Donkey who's doing, you know what? Okay. Elm. Precision. Barbed. Cupid. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, so we've got everything we needed here. So now we have the other key, which is the crown key. Okay. Oof. Okay, let's go for a mind flay here. Okay. Okay, again, this Ratkin Rogue is hidden. And the Ratkin Rogue decides, you know, I'm just going to run away. Okay, ad break is coming up. I'm just letting you know this is I'm probably going to be gone a little bit longer because I do have to use the bathroom. And okay, so I'm pretty sure this is the key. I don't know what key that is. Really? Oh, it's the crown key, but that being said, I have to see who has it. Moody gets an F for inventory management. Of course, it would be the last person we check Hellgraph. On the floor of the corridor, you notice a few dark red stains. Blood. Now you notice there's a little bit of a hesitation after I pull the lever. That's because at the... Oh. Okay, I'm back, everyone. Sorry it took a little bit longer than expected, but I'm gonna hold off on the fitness thing. Fitness update's gonna be after the next ad break, maybe. Okay, so I'm in this area. Okay, let's start healing wounds. Let's see. Donkey, you definitely need some healing. I should have really healed DFortae, because DFortae, but we're not going to really be resting either. Okay, I wanted to top Sparkle off a little bit. A gaggle of whispers quickly hushes as you enter the chamber. It's like they hear someone coming, so that's why they decide, you know, I'm going to, whatchamacallit. Okay, ooh, so we have 5 Gorns and we have 5 Gorn Rangers. Okay, so, So the first 5 Gorns are our Gorn Shamans. And so I think we're going to silence them. And on the Gorn Rangers, we're going to do a fireball. Okay, all of them are, they're all silenced, which is a good thing. I like that. The Gorn Rangers, both of them tried to run, and they were blocked. Okay, so we're going to go after the Gorn Rangers next. Except the last 2, we're going to go after the Shaman. Okay, so Ranger's dead, Ranger down. Ranger down. Good, still silenced. Okay, nicely done. And we'll keep in mind, even search the candle, like the sconces on the wall, like the candle sconces, because that will tell you. Okay, so let's see what this is. Donkey, let's see. 1 and 5 are definites. Oh, toxic gas. Even if this were to go off, Okay. I'm going to right now, for now, I'm going to leave the scrolls behind. But I'm going to take the potions, because the potions may have some whatchamacallits. And we're going to take the staff. Okay. So let's see what the staff is. Stave of Stars. Now, the thing about this is anyone can invoke it. Okay? Okay. Monstrance, that only a ooh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm getting an idea here. I'm getting an idea. I am getting an idea. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. Moderate stamina. Hey, we're just going to merge these. Cure stone. Oh, yes. Please and thank you. Firebomb, nice, but, you know... While I'm waiting, FYI, on Tuesday, what I did, okay, Sparkle. What I did on Tuesday is let's give that to Sparkle for now. Okay, because what I'm wanting to do is I'm wanting to compare and contrast the Stave of Blessing with the Monstrance. Okay, so DFortae looks like you're going to be casting some Identifies. Okay, Staff of Blessing, damage is 1 to 10. It can knock out. Okay, good. Let's see, Monstrance. 2 to 9, and it can also knock out. Well, guess what I'm going to do? Hellgraph, you're going to deal with the Monstrance. Donkey, you're going to get the Staff of Blessing. Because what we're eventually going to do is we're going to eventually convert you over to the other weapon. Okay, so... Okay, so DFortae is getting a little bit low, especially on... whatchamacallit? DFortae is getting low on magic points in the mental realm, so We want to be careful about using Mind Flay. A gaggle of whispers quickly hushes as you enter the chamber. Oh, Gorn Spearman. Now, how I look at this, I actually look at this as a chance to do some training. So, DeForte, you're going to use Acid Sticks, Hellgraph. You're going to use Sparkle Sticks. Okay, and of course you're going to be getting some backfires, so that's no big deal. Which is fine. I'm just trying to again get DeForte trained in artifacts. Now again, you see the wall and you see a little dot. That means that it's either a button, and sometimes it reveals a secret door. Now, is that a regular door? Is it a regular secret door, or is it a Victoria's secret door? Okay. Okay, I heard my whatchamacallit go off, so... Okay, so Bard. Okay, now frequently asked question. Why is it that a lot of the maps don't show the detail that yours does? Mine doesn't show doors. Mine doesn't show even the walls. Well, it depends on your mapping skill. My mapping skill is 76, so therefore, once your map skill gets above 70, you can pretty much see everything. I think it's once it hits 10, then you can see the walls. 30, you can actually see doors. And 70, you can see everything. That doesn't mean that even if your skill is 5, let's say, that it's useless. No, you still can get benefits out of using the map, like were we here before. Okay, now those 5 Gorns, I don't know what they are. Now, one thing I know that they're not is they are not shamans, because shamans usually have those weird staffs with the purple, with like the purple circles. And I don't see those, so therefore they're either, I don't think they're leaders, they're either rangers or lancers more than likely. So what I'm going to do is let's go after the leaders. And let's actually use fire to go after the other ones. Actually, we're going to use ice. Now, one thing you want to do is you want if you have a lot of group damage spells like fireball, but see, I want to save the fire points for nuclear blast, so I'm going to instead use its alternative, ice ball, to do damage. Okay, we're doing a... Hey, we killed one of the Gorn leaders. Good. Yay, we actually killed the Gorn leaders. Woot woot. And we're only down to one regular Gorn, which I think this... Yep. That's all she wrote. Okay, spear, helmet, and poleaxe. We're going to say nay to all of them. Nay. Okay, so now we're going to go to the next, go through the door. Okay, there's a grate. Throne room. Only the faint distant auras of burning candles are visible beyond the gate. Okay. Okay, so if we go this way, if we try to go this way, so we see Gorkunga, the killer ape. A large crystal clear window in front of you permits viewing into the small chamber beyond it. As you stand there looking through the transparent wall, a small furry ape-like creature whizzes past you inside the enclosed areas, making faces as he passes. Okay, please note, I don't want to make faces for too long because I've learned you watch him jumping for a few moments, it jump ups and down, climbs and makes the occasional obscene gestures to which she's used to derive a smirking sense of satisfaction. I pass on doing the obscene gestures. The last thing I want to do is have this video banned due to like violating Twitch's TOC. It appears he enjoys well the role of being Orkogre Castle's star attraction. How can I say this nicely? I think he's the only attraction. Can't go much further, so I think we're going to see where we are. Okay, so we're going to go this way. Okay, so we've got two ways to go here. We've got a door here. I always like to do doors first. Nice. Okay, so we've got a whatchamacallit here. Okay, and it looks like here we have a room at the end. I'm also watching a college football game, and nope. And I'll tell you something that's changing. Here, let's go into the thing. It's like it used to be, if you wanted to watch college football, Saturday was it. Now, pretty much they almost have games on almost about every day. Because I guess what some of the lesser programs do is they now like, hey, we're going to play on Wednesday. That means we're the only show in town, so hey, we're going to get on ESPN. Okay, now DFortae, I'm not going to, again, I'm not going to, so actually I think we've recovered all of our points. So let's do nuclear blast. Okay, so we're going through so right now we're going through we're going through everything. We're going through the Rangers. Oh crap, Hellgraph got put to sleep. That means Hellgraph's spell never got cast. Okay. Okay, well, let's see if we can't get away with only like a level 2 Mind Flay. So we do have an ad break that's coming soon. Okay, so it looks like we still have some of the the Rangers are still here. Okay, and let's throw some psionic fire at them. But not yet. Yeah, Hellgraph Dragon. Yeah, you not only appear to be napping, but we were counting on you to cast a spell, and you didn't. So yeah, you're napping. So, but it's no big deal because we're gonna take care of these rangers anyway. Nothing like a little psionic fire can't handle. Okay, so we have a little lever here. We pull the lever. Now, you notice that we pulled the lever and nothing seemed to happen? That means that something happened elsewhere. And look at this. You see, this gate used to be down, and now it's up. But time for the fitness update, and it's going to be very quick. So fitness update, I'm going to do that in chat. Okay, so first, my navel and waist measurement, both of them I've lost a ½ inch in the last 2 weeks. So I've also had to take some more shorts and jeans to Goodwill because of the fact that some of the shorts are like 42 and now my waist is like under 38. Okay? So that's some good news. Okay, now my weight, however, has increased by 1.6 pounds in the past 2 weeks. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that your waist down, if your waist decreases, that's usually a good sign. Now, one thing I've even thought about doing I may even try to go for being an influencer, but I'm not going to go for like fitness. I'm not going to go even for health. I'm going to try to go for wellness. You know, and what I mean by I mean, keep in mind that I'm going to just talk a little bit. If you want to just zone out for a few minutes, you can. Keep in mind that just because your waist measurement is like the smallest it's been, it means something. But if you got that small waist because you've been doing meth like it's nobody's business, I mean, I wouldn't, that's not a good thing. Or even if your cholesterol is way low because you're not eating much, that's not necessarily a good thing. And me, I wouldn't say I'm overweight. Yeah, I do, but like my joints are tough, and so people are like, they say, well, they're very overweight, just don't be like oh, they're trouble with their joints. No, they don't. You know, me, I probably have more trouble with my joints than, you know, a lot of others. So I'm looking at wellness, and more importantly, I'd say most importantly is the blood work. When you get your numbers back, you know, there's, you know, and one thing is blood tests don't lie, you know. But I would, and the other thing is, and another thing is, I've noticed that every time I go to the weight room, it's like okay, I've increased the weight and now I do workouts again, and it's like, wait a minute, this is somewhat easy, so let's increase the weight again. And that's a good sign. That means my muscle memory is starting to come back. Remember, I only started the weights about 2.5 weeks ago. And so it's going to take a little bit of time. Another thing I've also, I think, fixed is my exercise-induced nausea. Again, what I actually do is I actually work out in the morning on an empty stomach or relative empty stomach. And I also don't take acid. I only take acidophilus with food, and I only take a half dose. And I couldn't believe this. I looked it up online, and you know. But when like a reputable site says it's true, you know, put more cream. Hello, Tim. Welcome on in. I'm actually doing my health and wellness update. But yeah, it's, you know, if you take too much acidophilus, what happens is sometimes when your body tries to get rid of the bad gut bacteria, it triggers a reaction that makes you feel bloated. And that actually happened. I think I took 2 acidophilus like in a day, and that one evening I was like, I mean, I've never felt so bad. I mean, it was, and so it's like, okay, this is what you need to do, Moody. And so far, last couple days, it's worked. They say go slow, and so what probably happened is I took too much acidophilus, and it was like doing too good of a job, and so it was, you know, so. But I would say yes, so far things are going according to plan. One thing I do is I try to do as many one-armed exercises as possible, or using one leg. So if, let's say, I'm doing a leg press, I only do one leg at a time. It eliminates stability factor, which is actually good because, you know, it works the muscles harder, and also it identifies weaknesses. And use cables when possible because continuous tension. You know, it's like, let's say I'm doing an arm curl with 10 pounds. 10 pounds arm curl. If I have a cable, there's always 10 pounds of tension on my biceps, whereas if I'm using a dumbbell, you know, depending on where in the movement I am, it's different amount of tension. I just wish I could get just wish there was a way I could get a, you know, like something physics and be able to measure the forces. And oh, by the way, if someone's wearing leggings and they're see-through, don't stare, okay? Because I go to Planet Fitness and let's just say their dress code used to be like, oh yeah, we're very strict, you know. You know, they were throwing out people who like, well, your crop top is like a ½ inch barely above when you do this. So we're going to kick you out. And now it's like almost anything goes. So, you know, I see people working out like just sports bras and like, you know, I mean, shorts. It's like, see, you know. But let's just say my fitness thing is going better. I'll probably give you another update in about 2 weeks. I may give you a mini update later, but I just wanted to tell how everything was going. Okay, back to the game. Most of you came here for Wizardry, so okay. Okay, so this opens up into this. Okay, now, Gorn Spearman again. Another chance for me to get some training, especially on artifacts. So I'm gonna use the sticks. Okay, yippee-ki-yay, we got an armor. Again, I'm not too concerned about. Room is dry and stole it. Its only feature being a single large mattress stuffed with sticks against the far wall. Okay, now we see 5 men. Now you notice that those men are in robes. So what that probably means is that the men in robes are probably bishops which can cast spells. So a couple ways I can handle it. Being that there's 4 monster groups, I'm going to let's attack the men first. Let's attack them. Maybe that'll help eliminate a couple of them. Let's see, DeForte, nah. Going after the men. Oh, good. Let's have you silence them. And Helgraf, let's have you cast the nuclear blast spell that you were supposed to cast last time but never did. Because you were sleeping. So we've silenced the man. Sounds funny. Hey, let's silence the man. Yep, and we're just watching it. Let go. Okay, dies. You notice Gixxer detected something? Well, let's look at... You notice that Gixxer has 84 scouting, so scouting high scouting means that you may notice that something's not quite right. You know, it's like you walk by, it's like, wait a minute, there's something weird about this wall. I can't really put my finger on it, but it bears investigating. I forget, under the mattress you discover a set of brushes and combs made of bone and stiff bristly hairs. A flat plate of polished steel lying underneath mirrors a dull but accurate reflection of your likeness. Okay, so bone combs and brushes and the polished steel plate. Congratulations, Gixxer, you get both of them. Okay, and we hear the dog outside again. Again, keep in mind if you live in a residential area, and we live right next to a park. Room is rather austere sleeping chamber being distinguished by the mounted head of a large carnivore of bug flat wooden slab, undoubtedly a grand display of local taste and resting comfort. And by the way, if you want to scroll up a little bit in chat, you can get my fitness updates. Again, Gixxer detects something and we see the button here. Okay, and it looks like it goes back to a gate which I don't think we can unlock. Okay, but we now have a mirror. I just want to try something. I want to see if DFortae, this is the DFortae mod. I want to see if DFortae has any humor here. Now again, I'm going to classify these fights as annoying. Now usually if you have 8 Gorns, that means they're Gorn Spearmen, so we've only silenced 2 of the CD Bishops. I like how they're called CD Bishops. They're not called Bishops. Okay, and again, so one of them tried to cast a spell. Okay, good. We killed all the CD Bishops, so we don't have to worry about them. Oh wait, I thought we did. I guess not. Okay, so Gixxer, you're gonna eliminate the CD Bishops, and everyone else is going to. Okay. Yay, we've got a spear. What was I going to do? I was going to do so. Oh, yeah. So what I was going to do is have Gixxer use the plate. No effect. See, too bad. It would be funny if like you looked in the steel plate and it said something funny along the lines of you see a blank person staring back at you. Okay, Hellgraph's gotten up pretty far in Falling Star, so I think now we can start to use. But welcome everyone in, John Moody of Moody Mystery. You know, like I said, my fitness is going well. Unfortunately, I work out in Planet Fitness, so they kind of frown upon people streaming there, although I'll be honest with you, I've seen lots of people violate the rules, etc. in the bathroom and whatnot, so. Okay, no, let's cancel. Let's have everyone go after the rogues hidden. Okay. So far, so good. Okay, so now all we've gotten was the steel plate and the bony combs. Okay, blood. So here we're going to just, inspecting the bloody stains, you detect small faded spots as if diluted and washed by falling water droplets. Gazing upward, a small pinpoint of light glimmers from the ceiling. No doubt the leak has proven more resourceful than the roof patchers. Now, I never would have guessed this, but what you can do is you can actually take the steel plate, it's polished, and actually reflect the light. And what we're going to do, we're not going to need it anymore, so we're going to drop the steel plate right away. Okay. Mercator's Outer Sanctum. Okay. Now, some of you notice, why aren't you resting, Moody? And that's because I still have some buffs on. I still have the two buffs on, so... Okay, this would... Okay. Okay, so this, I'm not sure what the 6 Gorns are on the bottom, but I am going to concentrate on the 5 Gorns up top. Okay, let's freeze these Gorn shamans. Let's see if that's the tickle. Okay, so we've silenced all of them. That's a good start on the Gorn shamans. Okay, all but one of them fell asleep, so I would say right now we're off to a good start. Oh, look at that. They're casting all sorts of spells, and they're like, Hellgraph, you fizzled ice ball. Let's try this again. Okay, we found 18 darts. Let's get them to DFortae. Sanctum appears to be a meditation chamber, for quietly centered underneath the candle of the wall sits a fluffy purple cushion, surrounded by numerous symbols engraved on the floor. Okay, so I'm going to save it here. Okay, what I'm going to do is on Donkey, to free up an inventory slot, I'm going to have Donkey fire the Cupid arrows. Okay, there's an ad break that's coming up. I forgot to put it up there. Okay, so let's go forward. Sparkle detects something. Under the cushion, you find a tiny indentation in which resides a red button. Oh, let's chant mantras first. I did that the last time. That was just so much fun. Voltage over current. Oh, okay. So we're going to push the button. A clatter of falling debris hits the floor with a crash. I know that's debris. Several years' worth of uncollected garbage lies scattered about floor, having been dumped when you errantly opened the cache. Apparently, Mercatos took the easy route to good housekeeping. And, on that note, okay, so ad break is over, so I'm saying that there is a raid that's going to be likely. I already see a couple people who I'm probably going to be I'd like to raid. There's a pinball streamer and I think 2 retro streamers. So okay, now before I move on, I want to show you something, and I'm going to temporarily. Okay, if you look here, you see this is water. This is actually reverse osmosis water. But you see this big solid thing floating in the water. This big solid floating thing in the water, this is ice. Ice, ice, baby. No. Now, what that does, so let's say I get a redeem for a hydrate. You know, if I want, what I could do is I could have this water very handy. Now notice that there is condensation that's going to build up on the outside. So what I can do is here, drink. Water is ice cold. And that's the way I like it. And it's reverse osmosis water, so pretty much everything's been removed from it. So now, some of you say that removing all the minerals is a bad thing. Well, I've already removed the calcium and replaced it with sodium water softener. Now, I've also seen alternatives to water softeners. Let's search here. Searching through the trash, you find a sealed parchment and a ring of keys. Okay, so Hellgraph, you're going to get both of them. Okay, so scroll Mercado's last words. Upon the old scroll, you read this hastily scrawled message. We are betrayed! Assassins have penetrated the castle quickly. No time to reach my inner sanctum. The answer is there, and the prison is the key. Okay, so that's actually telling us something. That's telling us that probably the prison is where we need to look next. Okay. So what we need to do now is we need to get back to the prison. Okay. Gorn Spearman again. So guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna use this to do some stick training or some artifact training. But that's a life hack, by the way. You know, what I do, I wait till it gets about down a third, then I put it in the freezer. And now, as I said, I have instant cold water. And since it's reverse osmosis water, that's the one thing I'm going to miss. I'm going to miss the... Okay. And so let's see if we've done this room. No, we haven't. So let's go in here. Okay, don't see anything in here. Wrong way. Okay, nothing in there, so we're good there. Okay, so thieves, and bandits. I'm actually not too worried about this one. So I'm just going to do melee on this. And by the way, as I said, the stream's going to end soon, and that's unless we get a raid. If we get a big raid, then yeah, it's going to change the dynamics of things, but... Okay, so well, guess what? We've got our raid. Camelio, our retro gaming junction, is raiding with a party of 5. Welcome, raiders, and let's give a shout out to Camelio. And Camelio, feel free to tell us what you were playing. If you haven't been following Camelio RGJ, follow him. Okay, so let's see, where am I? Right now I'm in Orkogre Castle. I've Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines. Sounds like a Halloween carryover, either that or a fairly new game. I'm actually gonna make a note of that. Because I'm always looking for different games. Okay, so let's get back to the business at hand. Okay, it's somewhat old, 2006. Well, considering what I would say I agree with the somewhat, considering that what I'm playing is 1990 something. Okay, I'm extending the stream a little bit to 3 hours and 0 minutes. So giving you a little bit of 20 more minutes of bonus time. That may give us some more time to explore the prison. Okay. But yeah, we're in Orkogre Castle. We're probably about 75% of the way finished with it. Oh, it's right now we're going through. Okay, one rack and thief. It should be pretty easy. So let's just bye-bye. Okay, defeated the monsters. 52 arrows. Let's see what type of arrows they are. I bet you elm arrow, and I think someone already has a bunch of elm arrows. Yep, so we're going to merge those. Okay. So I think this is it on this hall. Yep. So we're just going to complete this. Okay, I think this is the way. Yep, this is the way we want to go, because now we want to go to the prison. Okay, please do not poke the prisoners. And of course, when I see the word P-O-K-E, there's several things I think of. I think of poke, which is like, I think like a Hawaiian dish. I also think of Facebook when they used to have like where you could just poke someone. It's kind of like beep beep. And back in the basic programming days, that was how you loaded a number into a character or number into an address. So you'd say poke 51723, 255. Okay, so we detect faint movements. Now, this sword being lit up here means that we have enchanted blade on. I think it's time that I rest, and I'm going to kind of do a long rest here. Resting in this game is tricky because your sleep could get interrupted. So I'm going to do the Moody way. I'm going to be like, let's rest in short bursts. And Camilio and Reyes, hope you're doing well this evening. I'm actually doing quite well. Okay. So except for Hellgraph, it looks like we're pretty well rested and healed. And Gixxer needs, I think, some topping off. The fighter, so there we go. Okay, so I'm going to just rest briefly here. Let's catch everything. Also, if you want to scroll up a little bit, I kind of gave a fitness update on, and let's just say progress has been good. Waste is down. And I've got my water here with ice, so it's ice cold. Okay. So if we remember, we have our steel keys, which Hellgraph has. So Ring of Steel Keys, and that opens that. Now, there's monsters in there. I'm surprised they don't come out and attack us. Okay. Now, this being an Iron Man run, most of you probably, basically an Iron Man run means if your party gets totally killed, you start from scratch, which is what I'm doing here. This is actually my second run through. So what we're going to do is we're going to cast Hellgraph. You're going to cast Enchanted Blade. That's going to give us a little more oomph in when in combat. Armor Plate. That's going to help protect us. And the most important spell, Magic Screen. That's actually going to protect us from spells and breath, which is good, because you're going to have a lot of spells and breath weapons coming at you, especially in this area. Okay, so we've got all our buffs up. Oh, this isn't too bad. Okay, so since we've and again, most of you know what the exclamation points mean by now, so no, DFortae, you're gonna be doing our Mind Flay. That's how we're going to kill all of these monsters in one fell swoop. It's not really that important. I mean, it's not like this 5-monster group is going to basically wipe our party out. Not really a sneak attack. I mean, we knew that there were creatures in here. Welcome in, Secondhand. Hope you're doing great. I'm doing quite well myself. Okay, there's still a few of them that survived because I think they were hiding. They were squirreling themselves away. Boo. Okay, so that should be enough to finish them all off. Yay. gonna take the darts. We're gonna leave the key behind. Ooh, Hellgraphs moving up in the level. Dexterity, strength, stamina, 5 hit points, not bad. We get you up in shield. We're gonna do 2 in climbing and 1 in scouting. Let's get you up in diplomacy, although to be honest with you, your diplomacy, it's at 23, but hasn't been that great. I mean, come on. You know, you were the first contact with the Umpani, and you essentially ticked off one of the Umpani, which then ticked off the shopkeeper Umpani, who attacked us. Now, Lieutenant Grunrap. I mean, we essentially have the entire Umpani. At least what's left of them still ticked off at me. Oh, we definitely need to grab Identify. So darts, feather darts, drop. I mean, honestly, feather darts are not even worth carrying around. Arrows, let's see. Ooh, precision arrows. I think we have some. Oh yeah, we can merge those. So we've got arrows upon arrows. Okay, so now we're going to go into the next area. Hellgraph, let's have you use your Ring of Steel keys. Unlocked. Okay, we've got all our buffs up. Okay. And the important one is especially magic screen, because there's a lot of monsters that love to cast magic or breathe. I think I had like 10 like Komodo dragons, and probably in the first round 8 of them decided to breathe. Okay, oh, we've got some boar weevils, and then we've got some bugs. Okay. Well, boar weevils, if I remember, are on the tough side, so let's go after those first. Okay, so we're slowly cutting the boar weevils down to size. Venom weevils, these are NBD. No big deal. I'm not going to lose any sleep over them. Heck, I'm gonna do some back row training, acid stick, and sparkle stick. So I mean some artifact training. One way you can do artifact training is you can essentially get some sticks. Even if they say they are unusable, you can't throw them in combat, but you can invoke them by using them during combat, and so that's how you get around that. Okay, so we have another one where we detect faint movements. Hellgraph, let's send you into action. Ring of Steel keys. Ooh, great, Tarong. Ooh, boy. Ooh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. We've got Watchers, Guarders, Wilders, Initiates. Ooh, boy. Now, certain T-Rung can cast spells. I think the Wilders can. I'm not sure about the Watchers. Now, one thing I remember, they are vulnerable to fire, so I'm not sure if we can mentally attack them. Let's at least try by doing a kind of a low-level mind flay. But what Hellgraft's going to do is Hellgraft's going to do a bit more of a robust nuclear blast. And sorry if I'm... Wow. Notice that our Mind Flay, like half the Tarang, are not affected. And none of the Dane Initiates are. Oh boy. Okay, now I'm worried about Gixxer because Gixxer is insane. It has insanity cast on them. And the one thing about Gixxer, if Gixxer decides to wield weapons, they can do some serious damage. Okay, good. Gixxer just babbled and foamed. Okay, so immediately, okay, DFortae, you're going to cast Sane Mind. You're going to do a level 4. Good, that took care of it. The one, especially Gixxer, you don't want to have him insane because Gixxer's got these 2 kick butt weapons. I mean, Gixxer's are frickin' tank. You know. You know, Gixxers are tanks, so... Okay. 7 creeping cruds. Hey, you know what? I think we can handle these. Okay, I'm going to add an extra 10 minutes onto the stream, 3 hours and 10 minutes, but that's probably going to be it. Now, that being said, it's 11 p.m. at night, and I'm actually feeling pretty good because last night I didn't get a lot of sleep. And so how your body makes up for it, your body is like, this afternoon my body decided at about 2:30, Moody, you're going to sleep, and I didn't wake up. I took about a 3-hour nap, so. And so that's why right now I'm feeling pretty good. Okay, so whoa, okay, you see, okay, you see it took, the first time Gixxer went by it, Gixxer did not notice anything, but the second time Gixxer did, and so we press the button, you notice that nothing has happened. Again, that means that something happened elsewhere. Okay. So here you notice that we did not get any warning about, ooh. I'm just letting you know that there is an ad break that's coming up. When an ad break does hit, that's going to be for about 2 minutes. Take those 2 minutes and do what you want with them. As long as you don't do anything illegal. So if you have to use the bathroom, do so. If you need to get refill a drink, do so. I'm probably going to put my ice water back in the fridge. This is also a convenient thing to like take to the gym. The only thing is, if you do want to make it, don't make sure that the thing's only half full. Don't like have it completely filled. Otherwise, you may end up with a broken container. Clumped in the store, you find several bags of stores, most likely food to fatten up the unlucky captives. Okay, so we got some rolls. So let's take the rolls. Sparkle, you're going to take the bread rolls. Okay, and we're going to pass around the bananas. Now I would sing the Gwen Stefani song, "All a Batgirl," but last thing I want to do is I want to have like a copyright strike, so. Okay, we got an ad break, so BRB everyone, please. Okay, ad break is over, everyone. And just letting you know, the stream will end at about 3 hours and 10 minutes. But again, I always like to raid. So stick around for that, but only if you want. I don't like to force people to say, hey, you need to stick around for the raid, you know. Feather darts, oh, yeah, right. My opinion is I always like to stick around, and if I happen to find a streamer that's cool, then I'm going to further investigate. Okay, so Hellgraph, got Ring of Steel keys. Now let's look at Hellgraph's inventory. You notice Hellgraph no longer has the Ring of Steel keys. What that means is that like for example, the way that this Wizardry 7 works is once you use a key, like if there's a key that has multiple uses, once you've used it for the last time, then it goes away. So if, let's say, there's a key that's going to unlock 4 doors, once you unlock the 4th door, then the key is going to go bye-bye. Okay. Okay, I'm just doing something informal. Is after this I'm going to have to make a decision. So first thing, do I want to go for the gorilla or do I want to go for Mercatos? Well, you know what? I'm not sure about that because right now my only thing here is surviving. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Y'all, this could be a party wipe. Okay, so fortunately we have some monk ninjas in the second row. Okay, so Gixxer, you're gonna fight. Let's see, does Sparkle have anything of use that we can, whatchamacallit? Not really. So Sparkle, you're gonna fight. Sand Plus, let's see what you've got. Okay, so Sand Plus, you're gonna hide. Donkey, you're gonna hide. Okay, DeFortae. Let's see. Let's see what spells you've got, DeFortae. Okay. I don't think it's going to affect all of the monster groups, but I'm going to still go with a Mind Flay. Wait a minute. Ooh, I got a better idea. Let's go with Illusion. I'm gonna see if we can't cast an illusion that will help with dispelling the other you know whats. And Hellgraph, let's have you go all out with the Falling Stars. Okay, and let's see what happens. Fingers crossed, everyone. Okay, 2 Phantasms. I don't know if they were the best, but now you see that only affected 1 of the characters. Okay. So let's see what we've got here. We still got the 2 Phantasms. So we may be be enough to distract some of them. Okay, so we've got some dragon lizards. If I remember, I don't think sleep is going to work on them. So Sparkle, Okay, so Ooh, wait, we got lucky. DFortae is not blinded. Woohoo, good. Okay. So Sparkle, let's see. Okay, Sparkle, let's have you cast Bless. Considering that, wait a minute, I have a better idea. So let's see, any offensive spells you have that can really work. Thing is, we can't cast Conjuration because we already have some creatures conjured. But Sparkle, we'll have you cast Bless. We can either have you attack or have you cast Bless. See, the thing is that you're blinded, so even if you are able to attack, your attack is going to be less effective. Okay, so let's have you do Bless. So Sand, let's have you do an Acid Bomb on the Monk Ninjas. Donkey, let's have you... Let's have you play your instruments. Let's have you do a Poet's Lute. Okay, DFortae. Now we're gonna break out the Mind Flay. Okay. Hellgraph. We're gonna still have you do Falling Stars. Knock on wood. Let's see if our RNG comes through for us. Here we go. Seriously, DFortae? Oh, nice, Phantom. Phantom cast Tsunami. I like it. I like it. Seriously, guys? Seriously? Okay. Sand? Sorry. Okay, so Sand, let's have you... You've already cast... Sorry, you've already cast an Acid Bomb. Let's have you go after the Gorn. Let's have you go after the Gorn leaders. I'm sorry, y'all. Hellgraph. Sorry. Okay, let's try this again, Hellgraph. Let's see. Yay! Now, you know what? That's a lot more manageable, y'all. I mean, I can manage some dragon lizards, okay? I can handle those. Even though everyone's blinded except for Donkey, I can still manage those. Okay, ooh. And so far, no one really needs any healing. Wow, ooh. Okay, so let's have Donkey use the Horn of Phantoms. And see, I'm not too worried about the acid cloud. And I'm not too worried about the draining cloud. Woohoo! Donkey made a bard level. Intelligence, what else? Oh, no, nothing else. Okay, we're going to go shield. Physical, we're going to go four climbing and 1 scouting. Academia. We're going to go mythology. What mythology does is it helps us identify monsters. Y'all, that was a tough battle. But I'm going to say that we got through it. Okay. Okay, so we have cure lesser conditions. So I'm going to use this to see if we can't cure some of the blindness. Okay, good. Now, interestingly, cure lesser conditions, even if you're blind, you can still cast the spell outside of combat, which I find interesting. Now, I would normally have DFortae cast it, but see, DFortae is kind of like tied up. Well, we probably need to do it anyway, so let's at least see what minimum we can get by with. Okay, good. Okay, so everyone is somewhat back to normal. Okay, so wait a minute, what's this? Okay, now normally I would be upset, but the only monster group I'm really worried about are the Rangers. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a silence on them. And we're going to melee the Lancers. Okay, looks like all of the Rangers have been silenced. Okay, so it looks like we're plugging through our Lancers. And it looks like the Rangers are trying to do stuff to us. Okay, so it looks like our Rangers put... It doesn't make sense. I guess that one of them must not have been silenced. Oh, crap! I forgot, we can't silence the Rangers. Rangers are all, I think, cast... Rangers, if I remember, cast alchemist spells. That does not work. Crap. Moody, you weren't thinking today. Thank you, Hellgraph. You know, thank you for... Yeah, you're right. Silence does nothing. Well, Hellgraph, guess what you're going to do? If silence doesn't do anything, let's just say a pretty good ice ball will. Yeah, it does cost a few mana though. Yep, I will say good about anti-magic. And I'm going to say this is the last battle. I didn't realize how much time went by. But yeah, this is going to be the last battle. And then we're going to be raiding. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. So we can't... Okay, so I know what we're going to do. Let's do Basilisk Eye. And I'm telling you, this is the last battle. Helga, anti-magic is still useful versus alchemist, I'll agree, but you know what? Basilisk Eye is even better. Okay, we have to be careful of DFortae. So Sand, you're going to cast a Heal Wounds on DFortae. Now DFortae does have the ability to heal. But still heal it, because I think DFortae, you have an amulet of healing, but still you're okay. Darn, I wish I had Shrill Sound, because Shrill Sound works great against it works great against Spearmen. Let's do magic missiles. Okay, so we're down to 1 Gorn Spearmen and 6 Gorn Rangers. So let's take care of all the Rangers. And then we're gonna raid out. I'm gonna raid that's the raid target right now. Okay. So we pulled the lever, and so I want to thanks everyone for watching. I'm just going to say, if you wish, stick around for the raid. I used to say, please stick around for the raid, but that kind of was like a little bit too demanding in my opinion. So I'd rather say, hey, if you want, if you have better things to do, that's fine. But and I want to thank Camilio RGJ for raiding and bringing some 5 beautiful people into the stream. So thank you, and have a good night.
But the flavor's still there when you smoke Montclair. Just enough in every puff makes every puff a pleasure. Smoke Montclair. New from the American Tobacco Company.
This is pointing me at something. Hi everybody. I'm Cody Van Gogh. I'm playing a game called Slacko, which I've been dying to play for a while now. This is my first time playing it. I don't know why this thing is beeping so hard. I assume it wants me to shoot this. But yeah, this game is